Hey y'all, it's your girl KV back with another Love During Lockup review. I've been pumping them out, y'all. I got 3 out yesterday. I'm gonna do 2 today and 2 tomorrow, and then I should be fairly caught up because tomorrow will be Wednesday, and then the next episode of something I review. I think it literally goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday, huh? Because Lockup Fridays, Felon Fridays, Love at the Marriage, Love at the Marriage, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Saturday, Summer House, Sunday. So yeah, I should be caught up by tomorrow. So past week's episode, season 5, episode 25, Cut the Cameras. Deadass. I just really thought of Black China when I saw this episode, the title, the scene. I was just so that's been stuck in my head. Cut the cameras. Yes. So we're gonna start with them. Teeny and Rob. Teeny is, this episode picked up where the last one left off. Teeny is talking to Rob's mama. Rob's mama said something along the lines of, oh, if he was still with such and such, I know she wouldn't have done nothing like that. Well, is such and such still around? Are you still talking to such and such? Is he still talking to such and such? So why is we talking about her? I was with Teeny on this. Teeny got up and was walking out. But, the mom is trying to reason with her because they have to get along because Rob is about to get out and they're both integral parts of his life, right? Is it me? Or do Teeny and Rob's mama kind of favor a little bit? That was kind of weird to me because I'm like, they kind of look alike. Teeny looked like she could be her child. But anywho, Teeny is annoyed with this lady, but she come on and sits back down because true, they do have to try to get along in a little bit because it's going to be times where they're both going to want to be with Rob, especially with him getting out soon. I'm sure they're going to give him a welcome home party. One of Teeny's probably going to give him a welcome home party, and the mom is going to want to attend. So, girl, just play nice. Play nice. You're too old to be being so petty, lady. So Teeny at this point, she low-key goes in. She's like, it's me and my kids going up and down that highway every weekend, having to eat out of vending machines because of this, that, and the third. And it's me and my kids doing this. It's me doing this. She said, I'm the one that gets him to talk to you. When he don't want to talk to you, I encourage him to talk to you. I'm the one that started the petition to try to get him out early. Yeah, it didn't go as far as I wanted to go, but I did that. So don't act like, Keisha or whoever from the past is much better woman than me when you ain't even doing stuff for your son. And she not here to do stuff for your son. So miss me with the bull. I was like, dang, Tina, you ride for this man. That's crazy. And the mama was just sitting there looking like, oh, I didn't know you did all that. See, that's why we gotta communicate. I didn't know you did all that. She like, girl, you did, basically. You didn't even sign the petition because the petition was for, I think he has a burglary charge. He's locked up on a burglary charge and got 18 years, which seems extremely excessive for a first offense. You know how they do us. That's literally out. You know how they do us. So she was trying to get him out early, and I'm just kind of like, So Rob's mama is just like, okay, I didn't know you did all that, and she in her little confessional like, well, yeah, she's clearly, done more than me, so I guess I need to put a little respect on her name. Is basically where Rob's mom is with this. It's so annoying. So they kind of, agreed to try to get along. And Rob's mama tells Teeny, we'll get him to up my allowance. He only give me 100 now. See if you can get it up to 175 a week, is what she says to Teeny. And she's like, I might like her now. I might like her. Lady, and she even said, I don't want you to think that I'm expecting my sons to take care of me, but nothing. It should end right there. You shouldn't expect your children to take care of you if you are an able-bodied woman. Go get your own man. Go get your own man to give you $400 a month. Go get your own man to get you a car. Or you can just go do it yourself, mama. Or you could go get a job so you can get yourself a car and stop trying to guilt trip Teeny like, oh, look at what you driving up here. But me, I struggle to get up here. Ma'am, I need a backstory on Rob's mama because, excuse me, I hope y'all ain't hear that. What type of mama was she to him growing up to where he don't want to take care of her like that? Not saying that he's supposed to. He ain't got to do nothing but try to stay out of jail once he get free. But I'm truly wondering what their dynamics is, because this whole beef is because he gave her some money and wanted it back. So it's like, is she gambling the money away? Was she not all that present when y'all was growing up? So you don't even feel that closeness to her to do all of these things for her? Like, I really hope we get some backstory when Rob gets out of jail, because this mama is an interesting lady. She really is talking about some get him to up my allowance. Are you on disability? Why is you not going to get your own money, lady? So Tina gets home and she's been home for a minute. So at this point, she's mad because she's been home for a minute and Rob has not called her to see how the sit down with his mama went. So to get his attention, she disconnects him from the cameras. This was hilarious to me because it's like, girl, you acting like you finna break up with this man, or you really gonna keep him off his cameras. You just want to get his attention, and I'm sure it worked. It worked, because shortly after that, she was also mad that she didn't know that he was giving his mama money. Now that part, I'm like, girl, you ain't gotta know every cent. Well, they married. They married, so I'm going to go ahead and take that back. I'm going to go ahead and take that back because they are married. I be forgetting that because he's in jail. They married for like 4 years, right? She married to 4 years to somebody that's still in jail. So, okay, I'll give her that. I would be, a bit upset as well if you was spending money elsewhere, regardless of what it is. You was spending some money elsewhere, but wasn't telling me about it. It's your mom, so I doubt that she would have been mad about it. It's just the fact that she didn't know. I'll say that, because as a wife, I would be the same way. Like, it's your mama, so cool, but tell me. Why wouldn't you tell me that? So, like I said, she done disconnected him from the cameras, and of course she's gonna get a call from him. So he's in jail. We see him, and he lets us know, because they asked him about the ex. I'm sure the production asked him about the ex. He reveals to us a little more information about this ex. They met on a pen pal side. They was together for a while. I'm like, wait, so this was the ex that you had while you was still locked up? And that's what I was wondering too, because I'm like, why would his mama be talking about an ex from 20 years ago, unless this was another chick that was his girlfriend while he was locked up? And how long ago was this girl a girlfriend if him and Teeny been married for 4 years, right? Him and Teeny been married for 4 years. They had to do a little bit of dating before that. So is you talking about some chick from 7, 8 years ago? Or was your son cheating on me 2, 3 years ago? And that's why you're doing this comparison. The people need to know it's me, the people. So he reveals to us that he has this ex tatted on his arm, y'all. And he ain't told Tina yet. Every time she come for visitation, he just makes sure he covered up. If they on a video call, he makes sure he turned the other way. If he exercises, he just makes sure that she do not see this tattoo. And She ain't seen it. So he finally gives her a call because he can't see the cameras. He's like, yeah, babe, did you call the internet company and have them come out and check on the service? Because you know, the cameras, something wrong with the cameras, so you gotta call the internet company because I can't see the cameras. She basically said, I stole my car, Jody. That's what I thought about. Y'all know I got a movie reference or a song reference, but everything. But this is definitely what I thought of was, I stole my car, Jody. I cut the cameras off, Rob. Ain't no calling the internet company. I did this. Okay. So he like, well, what you cut the cameras off for? Da, da, da. She tells him, you know, I done went to go see your mama. It didn't go out that good. You knew you sent me out there to go see her, and then you're not even gonna check up on me afterwards. But you checking on them cameras though. You making sure them cameras working, but you ain't worried about my well-being after I just left from your crazy behind mama. Whew, these men, boy, these men. So he, you know, asks her how it went. She gives him the rundown, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Then she's basically like, you know, can't wait for you to get out. You're supposed to get out in 2 weeks or whatever. He tells her that if he gets out at his scheduled time in 2 weeks, then he would have to be on parole. So he is wanting to stay a little bit longer so that when he is released, he ain't got to be on no papers. I think he said it was only like 2 months. If he stay an additional 2 months, he won't have to be on papers for. He didn't say how long he would have to be on parole, or I missed it if he did. So I was just like, 2 months, 2 more months, and he don't have to be on parole when he gets out. Girl, let him eat that. Let him eat them two months. He been in there almost 18 years. 2 more months is not finna kill y'all. Especially, and he made good points. We want to travel. You said that you want to travel together. I ain't gonna be able to do that if I'm on papers. And I'm sure that, you know, he ain't gonna want to be getting his test and all that, because he gonna want to get out and get back to his regular life. Pass me the blunt. Okay, ain't nobody trying to get on no papers. Can't get high. Can't be hanging with felons or whatever. He don't want all them restrictions. And if 2 additional months on the dang near 18-year sentence will get him that, girl, let him eat that up. Let him eat them little 2 months up. She's mad about it. Well, I done already told such and such, I guess the daughter, I told such and such you're gonna be here for her birthday party and people are expecting you out and da 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 da. I'm just like, girl, all that do not matter. 2 more months and that man ain't gotta be on papers if he get out. I can see her being annoyed by it. So, you know, I ain't gonna judge her off her initial reaction. We'll wait till the next episode to see how she really reacts to it. Because that is a shocker if you already made all these plans. But girl, 2 months, I'll be like, you sure? You got that in paperwork. You got that on paper and signature and everything. That if you stay another 2 months, that'll forego you being on parole. When you get out, you just gonna be a free man. Okay, send me them papers. I'll have somebody look over to make sure. And if that's the case, baby, I'll see you in 2 months. But she's mad because she's like, you know, I done told my kids that we finna be done with having to travel up and down the highway. And my thing is like, why are you taking them kids with you every weekend to go see this man? That is not their daddy. I get that you want them to have a relationship because that's your husband and he's gonna get out and move to your home. Cool, take them every other week, take them once a month, but taking these kids every weekend to see your felonious husband who they've never met outside of jail, and this has been going on for years. The little girl said in a previous episode, I'll be glad when he get out because I want to have my weekends back. I want to hang with my friends. Girl, how selfish of you. Now I got to get back on this. How selfish of you to put your kids through that. See, that's what I don't be liking. All these women that be having children and be dating these men that's in jail, they never there. They're never all there. Because why are you robbing your child of of a childhood, of a proper childhood. They can't go see their friends. They probably can't even play soccer or something because the meets is on the weekend. And you ain't gonna be at their soccer game because y'all gotta go see this man every weekend. How selfish. How selfish. To me, there should be like, not necessarily child neglect, child endangerment, but something along the lines of you're not doing what's in best interest of the child. Which one would that be? I'm sure it's a phrase for it, but I don't know which one it is, but she's doing that. Because these two kids ain't got no business having to forego their weekends for all these years because you want to go visit this man. Girl, I just can't stand it. I just can't stand when these ladies be having children. So next we see, I'm going to say them for a little later. We'll just do Joey and Michael next. They got a real short one. Let me get some water. Y'all, I've been doing so bad on my water lately. And my body is starting to feel it. So ain't no Timosa yet. Ain't no Timosa, ain't no wine right now. I have to drink some water. Y'all know I love me a little cocktail, a little wine spritzer or something. So Joey and Michael. Joey is sad that his sister spilled the beans about his relapse. He gets on the phone with Michael. He tells him, I told my family about the relapse. Well, why you tell your family about the relapse? Well, technically, I didn't tell my family about the relapse. My sister told the family about the relapse. Oh, man, does your family think it was because of me? No, I told them that, it wasn't because of you and that you comforted me and all those good things. Real short, straight to the point. When Michael got on the call, y'all, he was talking about how he had to break up a fight, how I guess he's like that dude in jail to where the guards kind of regards him as somebody that's level-headed, somebody that got some sense. So he was like, yeah, they had me do this or they had me do that. So while they on the phone, I guess another fight broke out, or it was still a little melee from the previous fight. But you see, he starts about to choke on some pepper spray. That's not funny, y'all. It's really not funny. But he was about to choke on some pepper spray because there was something else going on behind him. So Joey asks him about his release date. Michael is like, well, I don't know right now. I got to do XYZ, but I should know something in like 3 months. Joey... This turned into an argument for them. This turned into a whole argument for them because Joey is getting stressed because he feels like he's been waiting on Michael to get out and he is not going to wait forever. Joey said he need his back cracked, okay? He need to be held at night, okay? He need to be taken on dates, okay? He not finna be waiting for this man to get out of jail if he got a whole lot more time on his sentence. Michael is being super evasive. He's not answering the question. He's gaslighting him a bit. And then he tells us that he might have another 6 years. 6 years, y'all. 6 years. Do he think that Joey is going to keep putting money on his books for 6 years waiting on him to get out? Because Joey he like, when you get out? Joey not with it. So next we see Rick and Samantha. We're meeting them for the first time. Yeah. We meet Rick. He's shopping with his niece. Samantha is the one in jail. These people are older. I think they're like in their 50s, white people. They've been talking for 3 months after reconnecting after 30 years. They knew each other in high school. The nieces are a bit skeptical and for good reason because, all these women in the free world, why is you dating a jailbird? Why? Why, Ebony? Why? So while they're shopping, Samantha calls and they have a little conversation and she asks if he put money on her books like he was supposed to. like he was supposed to, y'all. So she ends up mentioning a trust or something, and nieces they on high alert at this point. They like, what money? What's she talking about? So as soon as he gets off the phone, they're asking questions. So what money is she talking about? And how much money are you giving her? He tells them he sends her $125 a week. Was it a week or a month? I think it was a week. He sends her $125. They are like, you sending this lady money? Y'all only been dating 3 months. Y'all ain't seen each other in like 30 years. Like, no. One of the nieces said, I guess she what's that, correctional officer. She said, I'm a correctional officer, and one of the things I love doing is reading through their emails and reading through their letters. And a lot of these people are getting played. A lot of these people that's dating these inmates is getting played. They're sending a letter to the wife, girlfriend number one, girlfriend number two, and asking them all for money. She could be doing that to you. He's basically like, no, she wouldn't do that to me. I trust her because I'm gonna marry her. Baby, they was flabbergasted with that one. Next, we'll talk about Shantae and True. They annoying as well. All the couples annoying. All of them. True has been in jail, chefing it up, y'all. They show him in there, and they are talking about how he is making a seafood omelet. I said, what was it? Oysters, y'all? What was he cooking? I said, they get oysters in jail? What type of jail is this? Also, his jail got the cameras in there, baby. I cannot get over this. I'm gonna talk about this every episode because his jail got the cameras in there. His jail said, and that's probably what it is right there. The fact that they a nice jail, they getting these people canned seafood and carrying on. They say, yeah, bring them cameras in here, show them that we treat our what's they call? What's these people in jail? Y'all, what's the people in jail name? Like, hospital got patients, inmates. We treat our inmates good. Bring them cameras in here. We ain't got nothing to hide. I'm like, how these cameras done got in here to see True, but Shantae ain't never got in there to see True. So he in there with his jail cam. He in there making omelets, girl. He talking about how he was inspired by Shantae to take some cooking classes. So he took some cooking classes and he out here chefing it up in the jail. Like, can't see him in that jail kitchen, baby. He making seafood omelets and all that, okay? I was cracking up. So, Shantae, she wants to start a restaurant. That's why they got on the topic of cooking. That's why we're there. She wants to open up a restaurant. So, she's talking to a restaurant advisor. And while she's sitting there getting some advice from this lady, True calls. She tells her, okay, this is my boyfriend. He get out in a little bit and he's gonna own the restaurant. We're gonna open a business together. The advisor's like, oh, okay. So Shantae just hands the phone over like, here you go, talk to him. She's being nice because you can tell she's very thrown off by this, and she's very much like, I usually don't do business like this, but I'm gonna keep it cute because these cameras is here. So he's asking her how soon will they be able to see a profit. She says about 2 years, and he's like, oh, well, I hope ours take off. Ours definitely gonna take off before that. I'm trying to see a profit in a few months. And I'm like, do you not understand how disrespectful that sounds? Like, she supposed to be the expert. She the expert. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all ain't bought no building. Y'all ain't ran a restaurant before. Have y'all even managed restaurants? So for you to be acting like you know more than her and your business gonna pop off quicker than hers did, I just feel like that's so disrespectful. Like, so, they talking about this, and of course his phone calls are timed, so he gotta get off the phone. When he get off the phone, the lady tells her, go into business for yourself, because if something happens and y'all split up, he gonna take half. He gonna want half of that business. And Shantae is just looking like, oh man, I never thought about that. I just thought we were gonna be together forever. And the lady is looking at her like, now baby. So that scene ends. We see Shantae goes to talk to her stepbrother. Now, her stepbrother was locked up with True and is the one that introduced them. She's mad at him and basically confronting him because she said that he stole $5,000 from her. It was in a safe in her house while he was living with her. It came up missing. He tries to act like, oh, well, your kids was there too. Your kids was there too. You don't know if they took it. You don't know if they took it. And she like, boy, I know my kids. Well, I didn't even know where your safe was. I didn't even know where your safe was to take your stuff. It's just like, you did that. You took that lady money because at one point on the previous episode, she mentioned, is it on previous episode or this episode, she mentioned that when she started her restaurant, she wanted to have $25,000 in the bank, but because something happened when she lost all her money, she was going to be starting from scratch. She had to take out a business loan for the whole amount that she'll need. Now we see this because her brother Fred, her stepbrother Fred, stole her money. While she's sitting there asking for her money back, like you need to make some payments or something, True calls and he asks, hey, you give her money back? So I was cracking up about that because True got right on that phone. You give her money back? On one hand, I was like, boy, stay out of family business. On the other hand, I was like, stand up for your woman because Fred playing. And you was locked up with Fred, so you probably know he capable of stealing. You probably know a little bit more about Fred's character than what Shantae is able to see because she just knows him in a brother role. So they get off the phone. True gets off the phone. He's like, I'm gonna let you get back to your brother, whatever. And Fred now is trying to tell her, oh well, you don't know baby D. You don't know baby D. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. Basically trying to steer her away from True. And she's like, why are you why are you just not telling me this? It's been years. You the one that hooked us up. He basically like, well, I didn't think it would get this far to tell you. But why would you hook me up in the first place if you feel like he a scammer? Or are you just saying this because he's calling you to task about my money? Which is it? But yeah, y'all, it still be cracking me up that True got these confessionals in jail. Have we ever been inside the jail like this? I haven't been watching the Lockup series since the beginning, but since I've been watching it, I cannot recall us being in the jail with them like this. So lastly, we're going to talk about the basket case that is Ayana and Jamal. Ayana is probably the worst of them all because of her entitlement and immaturity is just at an all-time ridiculousness. She's trying to get her ducks in a row before she goes to her court date because she knows shortly after that she's going to have to turn herself in. Again, she don't know if she's going to have to do 2 weeks or 3 months. One of her priorities, y'all, is making sure that she puts some money on his books. She need to put 2 weeks of money on his books so that he don't be asking her where the money at, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. She also mentioned some money for her son. I think she said like back to school shopping or something like that. Her friend Lexi is in the car. She's driving her to her mom's house because she got to drop her baby off. So Lexi is in the car and Jamal calls and she hands the phone over to Lexi. And he's like, oh, you're going to be one of the bridesmaids? You're going to be one of the bridesmaids? Lexi starts drilling him. Like, what are you trying to do with my girl? Da, 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 da. What are your intentions? What you going to do when you get out? Because it's only been a couple months that they've been talking to each other. So Lexi ain't here for it. So they get off the phone and now Ayana is trying to rush Lexi's driving because when Jamal video calls her, she does not want to be in the car. The nerve of her, okay? They make it to the mama's house in time. Her mama look good AF, y'all. The mama look better than Ayana, to be quite honest. Like, the mama must have been a good 16 when she had Ayana, because the mama look good. I'm like, that's your mama? Girl, I know you had hell growing up if that's your mama, because all the boys be like, hey, Miss Ayana mama. She looks really good. So, her mom has her son. Remember how she said she got 2 kids, but we only really see the daughter because the mom has the son because she had the son at 17 years old, and the mama just kept the son, which is wild to me because it's like the son got to be like 8, 9, 10 years old at this point, and Ayana has a whole nother child. Mama, send that son around Ayana house. She can take care of them children. You shouldn't have to still be taking care of one of her children if she got another one of her children that she's still taking care of. That was crazy to me. But whatever. Jamal video calls her and she's in the bathroom, and you would think that she on OnlyFans. She in there flashing him. She done pulled down her pants. She done turned around to the camera. She done made it clapping, flashing him. I'm like, girl, you at your mama house with your kids downstairs trying to make him pull his thing out and flashing him. Ayana is like a helpless case, y'all. She gets off the call, goes downstairs, and tells her mama that, I'm gonna need you to watch my daughter too. Not ask, tell. Tells her. The mom is like, girl, what are you talking about? I gotta go to work. I'm gonna have to take off, miss work, because I guess the baby is too small for daycare at this point. Maybe not she's too small, but she's not enrolled in daycare at this point. So the mama would have to take care of her. And my thing is like, Ayana, who takes care of the baby when you be stripping? Do she be around the mama house anyway? I be wanting details. I'm very detail oriented. Y'all know I'm a detective. Y'all know I'm a researcher. So the mama is annoyed by this. The mama is like, girl, you gotta get your life together because I'm not always gonna be here to pick up the pieces. Ayana said, you supposed to. You my mom. Ayana mama. Ayana mama. You must been letting her talk to you crazy for years now. You must been making excuses for her, or I guess so, because the fact that she still got the son shows that she coddles her to a certain degree. Because Ayana, why are you talking to your mama like this? And Ayana, why does your mama have your son? You out here stripping, you bragging about making, what she say, $600 a night or whatever. $600 a night, your son at the house. If your daughter got somewhere to be at night while you stripping, your son could be wherever they is at night as well. Get your son and stop talking to your mama like you crazy. She's basically like, you out of my control. I didn't know I was gonna get arrested. Who knew you could get arrested for driving high? I didn't know I could go to jail for that. That's stupid. This is out of my control. Girl, it's common sense. I think even in places where weed is legal, you still not supposed to be driving around doing it. Like, that's driving under the influence. That's similar to walking around driving around with an open bottle. Like, no. So yeah, this girl is a mess. No responsibility, no common sense, just entitlement and immaturity. Entitlement, immaturity, bad decisions wrapped up in a BBL body. I'm sick of it. Ayana is gonna get on my nerve during this series. I would say I hope that she gets a lengthy enough sentence to sit her butt down and understand. But I don't even want that because I don't want the mama to be stressed and having to take off all this time from work. You over there putting money on Jamal's books. You need to be giving that money to your mama so that she can find a daycare to put your daughter in so she can go to work while your behind is locked up. Priorities. Oof. But yeah, that's the end of that, y'all. Make sure y'all like the video, comment, let me know how y'all feel. Who is the worst couple to y'all? Who is the worst couple and why is it Ayana and Jamal? Share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye bye.